My name is Tony Lowman. I'm the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Rowan. We put together a team of biomaterial scientists like myself, mechanical engineers, orthopedic surgeons, and what could we do using soft gel-based materials to alleviate back pain. So when I first started this, we were looking at, let's take a gel, a solid gel, and put it inside the core of the disc. We thought we had it solved. We tested it every way imaginable. We spun a company out early, back around 2002. And that technology was acquired pretty quickly, and it moved into clinical trials. And during the trials, they found, well, when you make a big hole to put something in, the chance of it coming out is pretty good. So I started thinking about how do you do something easier than that? How do you make it totally non-surgical? How do you go about using a needle? How do we put something in as a liquid? And that's really what we did. I can remember the day exactly. We were playing around in the lab and we had some of this melted polymer liquid on a plastic petri dish, and we actually cooled it back to body temperature and we watched it form crystals. We said, hey, we might have something here. So we inject it into the core of the disc, into the nucleus pulposus. And then that fills the center core. It fills cracks and tears and fissures in there. It helps hydrate the disc somewhat because it's a gel, so it holds water. If it works properly, it helps restore some of the mechanics to the spine to closer to normal levels. I think when you get a little bit older, you're not going to ever go back to normal, but it does restore it to some natural range of motion. It's made from commodity, off-the-shelf polymers, so there's very low cost in putting together the device. The device is very simple. We're using existing needles already used for spine, and the process itself is very easy. I've had the pleasure of going and watching cases at an outpatient clinic in Calgary. And I watched 6 patients treated between breakfast and lunch. I think the most striking thing to me was to see a guy about my age get on the table still wearing his sneakers, and an hour later was going home. The device has to be in an area where there's an unmet need, but obviously great potential. So the FDA is trying to move these products quickly into testing and hopefully the marketplace if they're successful. Incredibly humbling. I hadn't given it actually that much thought, and then when I sat in this office and library, it's pretty exciting. I'm somebody who's very rarely speechless, so it's kind of got me, wow.